Listen, we're very happy that you're here to tell us.
I'm happy to be here. Thank you.
Talking about this new series, My Coming Out. First of all, tell us a little bit why did you decide to do this, and what is the goal with this series?
So basically what happened last year, I had decided to share my own coming out story for Pride, and the response was really strong. You know, I got a lot of people talking about it, and people just, you know, asking me questions in general. And the one thing I kind of realized is that even though we're the LGBT community, LGBTQ, or, you know,
right,
all the acronyms, we're all kind of lumped into one term, but the one thing we really have in common is the coming out process, and not necessarily, you know, the different identities or the different sexual orientations, but that one thing, having to come out to your family members or your colleagues, your friends, is that, you know, it is the one thing that we kind of have in common there. So I wanted to see what, you know, people under the LGBTQ umbrella had to say about their experiences.
And you're talking about other experiences, if you don't mind me asking, if you could tell us a little bit about your coming out story and how it changed your life.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, for me, it was a pretty standard gay guy coming out. My little sister had come out about a year before I did, so both my sister and I are gay. Military family, just, you know, a very kind of normal, very accepting, which was great. But the thing that really changed it for me was being at ease with myself and being able to finally, you know, take a breath, say, you know, tell my friends who I am, yeah, and just be really open. And it allowed me to find myself a lot more too and be a lot more comfortable with who I am, not have to worry so much about butching it up all the time or acting like this or acting like that. I didn't have to fake it.
Just
this
be
is
you.
It. That's it.
Right. In this series, you have one very specific thing you want to take care of is the legitimacy of bisexuality. Why was that one of the aspects that you really wanted to focus on?
I really focused on that because I found it really interesting. I have a bisexual friend who is part of the series. Her name's Jane, and she made some really good points about the fact that people she's married to a man now and feels like whenever she tells people she's bisexual, it's either, oh, it's a phase, or it doesn't exist, or you're on the way to gay town, like you kind of have to pick. So I really wanted to focus on what's happening there because there's a lot of feedback both from the straight and the gay community about bisexuality that keeps it in a weird nebulous place.
Confusing, right. Any other encounters that you've had, you know, with the different stories that you heard from people?
You know, it's fascinating to see how everyone kind of comes out in one way or another. It involves a lot of fear, a lot of anguish, a lot of anxiety. People often talk about, you know, depression. It's not an obvious topic, and the fact that we still have to come out nowadays, you know, it's 2015. Yeah, I mean,
the fact that there
friends.
has to be like a day that you know, a mark
exactly.
that says, okay, I've come out. You're right. I feel like it's.
And it feels so official, you know, and it likely shouldn't be. But the thing that, you know, that we really talked about through the series, through everyone who wrote their pieces and the people that I interviewed, was that kind of general feeling of anxiety and anguish before the coming out, and that, yeah, okay, it does get better, and it does, you know, you kind of grow into your own person. But until you're out to your family and friends, living on your own, in your own head, gets pretty intense.
Well, I can only imagine, and I mean, congratulations to you for taking on this series. Also to the Gazette, the Montreal Gazette, for taking the time to put it out there in print and on the web, and so I think this is a great step as well. Listen, enjoy a Pride Week, enjoy the celebrations, and thank you for stopping by this morning.
Thanks a lot.